Hello everyone, welcome back to the Film Feast. My name is Sam Donchis and I'm your host, and I have, unfortunately, more bad news to bring. Although it might be good news depending on your outlook. Disney has canceled Tron 3! Or, you know, Disney has canceled Tron 3. A few weeks ago on the Film Feast, I had reported that Joseph Kosinski was back in the director's chair for Tron 3, that they were about to start shooting in Vancouver, that they had brought Olivia Wilde back, that they had brought Garrett Hedlund back, and that they were thinking of bringing Jared Leto on? Well, now we'll never know what happens to Sam Flynn and Cora after they ride off into the sunrise. I'm sure plenty of you were looking forward to another Tron sequel. Myself, I kind of find that I'm in the middle of things. I'm not extremely torn up over it, although it is a little upsetting that we'll never see what would come of another Tron sequel. I think it's troublesome that Joseph Kosinski was involved again with the Tron universe. He's a visually compelling director. I don't hate the guy, but he has no eye for narrative flow. None at all, but he knows how to make a beautiful film. Tron Legacy and Oblivion are evidence of that. Do I think that there's another director out there who could have brought us back to the grid in a more visually compelling way than Joseph Kosinski? Maybe. Do I think there's a director out there who could have brought us back into the Tron universe in a more narratively compelling way than Joseph Kosinski? Abso-freaking-lutely! But the bottom line is that Joseph Kosinski isn't the reason Disney backed out of this sequel. There are a myriad of reasons, but the main one is that Tomorrowland tanked. Okay, it didn't tank, but it didn't perform to Disney's standards. They were expecting a lot more out of Tomorrowland, and it just underperformed. It Amazing Spider-Man 2'd at the box office. It came in at #1, but it was like, are we really happy with this #1? I also thought that Tron was a bit of a gamble for Disney just because it's not a big toy seller. Yeah, they made a lot of stuff back when Tron Legacy came out, but you didn't see kids running to the shelf and be like, oh, cool, Sam Flynn, and Rinsler, and Cora. Oh wait, Cora doesn't exist because in marketing, Disney doesn't like female action figures. Quick tangent to Disney and all the companies they get to make their toys. Cut the shit. This whole thing about not making any Black Widow action figures and not putting Black Widow on a number of your merchandise, that's just hurting the problem. That's making it worse. Now we have a new generation of boys who don't like to play with girl toys, and a new generation of girls who are confused as to why their gender isn't equally represented in the toys. Some of you will say I'm going too far with this, but that's the truth. That's just how it is. But let me get back to the main Tron toy problem. You didn't have kids running down the action figure aisle looking for Tron figurines. Maybe I did. The ones you see over here, those were gifts. Just to be fair, but I did look. But the kids were looking for Star Wars figures and Ninja Turtles. Tron wasn't even in their peripheral. That's just my theory, but I do think it holds some weight because at the end of the day, Disney is a corporate entity that is just out to make money. They don't care about your feelings. The fact that you're upset over Tron doesn't make a difference to them. That leads me to the petition that's going around the internet. It exists, there are people who are trying to save Tron 3, and it's got a number of signatures. That doesn't mean anything. Basically what it's pitching is that with every signature is another ticket that will be bought, but Disney doesn't think in those terms. Until you've handed over your cold hard cash and they see it reflected in the box office for opening day, opening weekend, opening month, the year, Disney doesn't care up until that point. I wish I could bring this back around to the mantra, you vote with your wallet. But in this case, it was kind of hard to predict. Who could have known that Disney was testing the waters with Tomorrowland? To know if that movie made enough money, that's, you know, what they would have used as their guide to say, yeah, let's go ahead, let's move forward with Tron 3. I don't know. If I knew then what I know now, I may have been at the movie theater opening weekend to see Tomorrowland, but I still haven't seen it. But I want to know what you think. Are you not ready to let go of Tron 3? Have you signed the petition? What do you feel about Joseph Kosinski? Would you have liked to seen someone else direct Tron 3? Who? Lots of questions worth answering. How do you feel about a Black Widow action figure? Would you want to buy one? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And speaking of likes, there's the Facebook page for the Film Feast. Like that. Follow me on Twitter @TheFilmFeast. Also, I've got this thing called Letterboxd. It's a really cool website. If you guys like watching movies a lot, you should get on it, jump on it. I'll talk to you about what you're watching. You talk to me about what I'm watching. It's really fun. We'll get into it together. I'm rambling now, but thank you guys so much for watching. It's been awesome having you as viewers. I'll see you next time. On this episode, I will be discussing the Season 3 premiere of Hannibal. While I wasn't as taken with the first season of the NBC drama as others were, I still thought it was something that I should invest more time in. And then the second season came around, and it was immensely better. I thought that was a great season of television. And now the third season is here and proving once again that Hannibal is a series that we need to be supporting. As promised, more content on the channel is coming. It's imminent, but right now I have some news to talk about. And unfortunately, it's not very good news. Cary Fukunaga has left the two-part It adaptation for New Line Cinema over budgetary concerns. Now, before I dive deep into this story, Cary Joji Fukunaga is a director you may know of. He directed the entire first season of True Detective for HBO. He also directed the excellent 2011 adaptation of Jane Eyre. Fukunaga is a director with a very keen artistic eye, who also understands the importance of telling a very compelling story.